Using the discriminant of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. First thing we want to do is figure out what is the discriminant. So if you think about your quadratic formula, that's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. The portion underneath the radical sign, that would be this part right here, b squared minus 4ac, that is the discriminant. And the discriminant gives us some information about the number of solutions and what kind they are. So b squared minus 4ac. Now if you were to calculate the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, and you get a number that is greater than 0, that's just saying you get a positive number. The equation has two real solutions, which basically means that the graph has two x-intercepts because solutions are x-intercepts. So just a little sketch of that graph might be something like this, where you have a parabola and it crosses the x-axis in two places. It has two real solutions. So if you calculate the discriminant and you notice that's a positive number, then you know you have two real solutions. You could calculate the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, and get a number that's equal to 0. If that happens, the equation has one real solution, which means that the graph has one x-intercept. So it might look like this, where it just goes down and touches the x-axis and bounces right back up. This would be an example of a graph that has one real solution. You can also calculate the discriminant and get a number that's less than 0. That's just saying you calculate it and you end up with a negative number. The equation has no real solutions, but I'm going to put a little slash, but it has two imaginary solutions. So the graph has no x-intercepts. So if I were to sketch a graph for this type, it might be something that's just floating out here in space. It does not cross the x-axis, so it has no real solutions, but it does have some solutions, and they're going to be imaginary solutions, which means it's going to have our favorite letter I in the solution. So just know, what is the discriminant and how can you use it, or what kind of information does it give you about the solutions to a quadratic equation?